Today I want to share with you a really exciting launch which is our Chapter 2 2021 launch that I believe is now available on the website. So if you do like anything that I'm going to show you today, make sure to head on over and check it out. But I'm going to run through all of the dies, show you some lovely projects that I've got in front of me here, and hopefully get you inspired and get you excited for our brand new Chapter 2. So basically I'm going to run through them all, and here we go. So to start off, I'm going to take them through one by one actually. So start off, we've got the two embossing folders. So these are Paisley and Organic Petals. So Paisley is the one on top, that one's by Georgie Evans. So you've got that gorgeous pattern there. The embossing folders are amazing, they're really thick and create tons of detail. And then this one underneath here is Organic Petals by Kath Breen. So again, you get loads of detail in these. They're perfect for opulent cardstock or using our texture rolls with. Unfortunately, I don't have any projects with these, but if you're aware of our embossing folders, you will know how gorgeous these are. And then next, we've got the wax seals, again by Georgie Evans. This one is a 3D impresslet, so it embosses and cuts at the same time. So here's an example of the kind of thing that you can create with that one. So you can see that gorgeous embossing on there, perfect for invites, on envelopes, anything like that, and you can create your own fake wax seal on there. Next, we've got one of our stamp sets. So this one is Everyday Sentiments number 2 by Lisa Jones. So these are obviously a selection of lovely everyday stamps. So you've got some really nice positive quotes on there. So you've got like, have a marvellous day, good vibes only, all those lovely sentiments. And they're fantastic to use on the front of your cards. So this has just been stamped with a white ink there, but you can obviously stamp them with any kind of ink, or if you want to stamp them with embossing ink and emboss with our embossing powders, that would also be beautiful. And you'll see these stamps pop up in quite a few other makes that I'll show you as well. Okay. Then next, let me check the name of this one before I get this one wrong. So this one is Butterfly Meadow. So this is an impresslits again. So it embosses and cuts at the same time. So you cut that lovely butterfly from the center, and then you get that lovely foliage element that embosses as well. And you can see we've even got one of our stamps on the front there. So really, really lovely. And then we're moving into our dies. So this one is a stamp framelit set. So you get dies and stamps in this one. So this one is what's this one called again? Hello Mouse by Lisa Jones again. So you get 8 die sets, and then you get those stamps that correspond and work perfectly inside of those. So you can see that gorgeous mouse has been die cut and stamped, and then it's been coloured in, and then we've got those sentiments there that you can stamp as well. And really versatile, you can use those sentiments on loads of different projects, and you even get lots of lovely foliage and floral elements as well with that one. Next one, if you're thinking about weddings or parties, fingers crossed that we can host them. So this one is the Delicate Envelope Liners by Olivia Rose. So you can see you get 2 different designs that you can pop inside your envelopes and some extra elements as well. So I'll just show you here. So you can see that gorgeous detail that you get that you can pop inside of the envelope, and then there's extra little bits here, and they're obviously perfect for personalising your envelopes and your cards and things like that, ready to send off for your events that hopefully we can have. And I've got a couple, I'll gather a couple so we can run through them. So next we've got Floral Card Fronts by Olivia Rose. This one is really, really nice because you get 2 different designs, but you also get a separate square that you can either cut them out separately or cut it into the front of a card. So here's an example. So this one is just used without the square that goes with it, and that's just cut into a card front. So you can see you create that lovely negative space behind, and you could add in extra patterned card behind it. You could also use this for shaker cards if you wanted to, and use some stencil film or acetate behind there. So that one's really, really nice and creates a really nice effect with minimal effort. And then next we've got Fairy Wishes by Lisa Jones. This one is really, really cute. So you've got that lovely silhouette fairy with those wings and the extra butterfly and heart elements. So here, just hold that one up, there we go. So you can see the detail on those wings is really nice, and you can make the fairy as a silhouette, or you can make her up with her hair and a little dress on as well. Really cute. And you can see the hexagon that's on there as the background is our next die, which is Botanical Frame by Jen Long. So that hexagon that we use for the background of that Fairy Wishes card, that comes as a frame, and then you get all the lovely foliage elements. So as you can see, you've got a selection of foliage there, and we've even used one of our stamps that I showed you earlier, and that lovely hexagon shape that you can use several of, and you can layer them on top of each other. Really nice one. This is great for invites or save the dates or anything like that, or even just a lovely card as well. Love that one. Next we've got Flowers in Umbrella by Olivia Rose. So this one's a really cute one. You get loads of dies for how small this packaging actually is. I think there's like 11 in there, and you get that gorgeous umbrella with all those florals and that bird and the sentiment, and you can see how gorgeous those umbrellas are that you can create lots of fun patterns on. Perfect for this season, so like April showers and all of those things that are coming up, and even going into summer and autumn as well. Love that one. Okay, next we've got quite a big one. This one is Circle Layers by Jess Scott. So this one is really fun because you get several different dies, 3 different dies that layer on top of each other and create a lovely pattern depending on how you layer them. So you can probably see better on this card how that layers up. So if you're using different colours, you can see how they sort of layer and create that really fun pattern. You could use one on its own, or you can use all 3. And again, create a really lovely background, but with minimal effort, which is what we love here, like creating fantastic pieces of work with not much work gone into it. So that was really, really nice. And then coming on to our alphabet, this one is hand-drawn alphabet. This one's really beautiful, got a really nice feel to it, this alphabet. Obviously, it's always handy to have your alphabets in your collection. I don't think I mentioned this one is by Jenna Rushforth, and I've actually got a piece in a frame just off to the side, if I ask my handy cameraman. So you can see that gorgeous alphabet. It's really nice and thin. It does look hand-drawn, and then you can obviously use things like your Sizzix adhesive sheets to stick those down and create minimal mess, and I love that one. It's so handy to have in your collection. Obviously any alphabet is. So what have we got next? I'll bring my chunk over here that I've got. Okay, so the next one we've got is Hot Air Balloon by Olivia Rose. This one's really cute. Obviously you get the 2 different kinds of hot air balloons, 2 different sizes, but you also get a selection of florals and foliage with the banners and the little clouds as well. And this card that's been created with this one is really gorgeous. So you can see you can create a really nice scene on the front of a card. We've even used some gold foil, I believe, on those clouds, and one of the stamp sentiments at the bottom from one of our previous sets. So again, mixing and matching our sets and our designs. I think there's some pattern paper in here, so you can obviously combine all of our different products and make a really, really gorgeous card or a home decor piece or anything like that. This one would be really cute in a baby's room, I think. So love that one. Next we've got more of a 3D one. This one is Celestial Favour Box by Lisa Jones. So I've got a couple of the favour boxes here that they are made up. So as you can see, you can create that really nice negative effect, and you could even put like a little mini tea light, obviously a fake one, a battery operated one, or you can use them as little gift boxes, so you can put little treats in there, and they're just really, really cute, these. And you can see that you get them really nice patterns on all of the sides, and then you get the tags that go with it, so you can use them as favour boxes again for an event or a wedding or something like that. Love that one. I think I say I love that one to everyone because I really do. So next we've got Basic Shapes by Debbie Potter. This one is a perfect one if you're just looking for those simple shapes that you're going to use over and over again. So you've got a mixture of different shapes. So we've got things like our sun, lollipop, butterfly, all those great things that we're going to use. And obviously perfect if you are creating with younger people, so any kiddos, you can make things with these and it'd be really nice simple shapes that they can work with. I have got quite a big, I'll bring that in. This one's quite big, so but this does show all the different shapes that you can use, and it's even got that hand-drawn alphabet in the centre as well. So you can see you've got a mixture of those and how simple they are, but how effective they are. And again, perfect for a child's bedroom, I think this one, particularly this frame with that gorgeous alphabet in the centre. that one. I'll go put this one back behind me very carefully. And a few more before we come to the end. We're almost there. This one is Floral Borders by Olivia Rose. This one is really nice. It looks so small, but it packs such a big punch because you actually get two different pieces that cut into the front of your card and create a relief once you start to sort of sculpt them and lift them up. So for better description, I can show you this card. So you can see actually how much impact those two pieces make. So you get two pieces of the die to create that border effect, and then you do get extra little bits to add foliage and elements to the flowers, and you can have a lot of fun colouring these in or painting them with watercolour and sculpting them with our sculpting kit to make them pop out. That one's really, really nice. Again, for invites or save the dates. I've even used this on a wedding menu before, so this one's really, really nice if you are looking at that kind of theme that you're going to start creating for soon. And going back to something a little bit more 3D, this is our pop-up flower. This one is by Jess Scott. This one's really fun because it does actually sit inside of a card front, and it has little tabs that you can adhere to either side of the fold inside of a card. Sorry, not a card front, inside a card. So these tabs, you can join them on either side of the fold, and it means that when you close your card and open it back up, you get that lovely pop-up detail. I've actually only got one in a frame. I don't have one as a card, but you can see the detail on there, and you can add these little extra elements to the edges and on the leaves, sorry, and in the center as well. I think this one was a card, and then we've placed it onto a frame, so there's loads of different options for this one. I've actually made this one into a sort of topper for a gift box as well, so you can use this one for loads of different things, not just as the pop-up name suggests. Really fun, this one, and a gorgeous floral to add to your collection if you're loving those florals. Put that one back up there. And then we've got this one. This one's really fun. This one's You're the Best by Jenna Rushforth. There's loads of dies in this one. There's like 18 dies in this set, and you get all of those lovely alphabets and the circle shape, and then you can have a lot of fun changing up the words to match whoever you're sending it to, obviously. And it can make a really nice piece on the front of a card just by using this die set, and you don't really need anything else. This one's actually done as like a sort of hangover one, so you can open it up like that and you have a bit of the semicircle hanging over. So that's a really nice idea and really fun to play with and personalise. And another one by Jess Scott. This one is Sweet Treats. Really perfect for spring coming into summer. You've got all those details of the ice creams and the donuts and things like that. Really fun, really cute design, and perfect for card fronts. This is a little invite, I think. Yep, I'm reading upside down. And you can have a lot of fun creating those lovely fun bright colours and adding all the details to the cupcakes and the donuts and things like that. Again, really perfect for summer, I think. And you will actually, I think, use this one time and time again, and you can use those little elements separately and create a little cluster on a card. That would be really cute. Okay, one of our last Framelits dies. This one is Ocean Scene by Olivia Rose. This one is a layered die. So you can see you layer up those different sections to create that lovely scene. So just to give you an idea, that's how it kind of makes up. So this has been made into a lovely shaker card, but you could leave it relatively flat if you wanted to. You could use one layer without the other, and then you've got all those little extra elements like the seahorse and the shells and the fish that you can add and make a lovely little ocean scene with that one. Okay. So before I move into the Bigz dies, I've got a couple of Eileen Hull dies that I just wanted to mention, and this will transition us nicely into the Bigz dies. I'm just going to make sure that I get these names correct. So this one is the card waterfall and tags die, and then we've also got the book binding and label die. So if you know Eileen Hull dies, they're perfect for these kind of little books that you're going to make, and you can obviously personalise them and use them in your scrapbooking and things like that. They are perfect to add to your collection. You've got all those lovely tags on there as well. and you can obviously create and personalise your own little books and add to your other Eileen Hull dies that you may have already in your collection. And then we've got this one here, which is really cute. So transitioning into our Bigz dies, this one is Camper 3D, and I do have the one that is on the packaging, which I just think is so cute. This just shows you how that makes up into that lovely 3D little camper, using some of the silver elements, and it stands up by itself. If I just pop it down, so yeah, it stands up by itself, and you could pop anything you want in there, and you can have a lot of fun personalising that and customising that. We've even put some little element on the window there, so you can create like a little curtain effect. Lots of fun you can have with this one. I think this one's so cute, and obviously, as it is a Bigz die, this is cut with matte board, I believe, but you can obviously cut it with cardboard, mixed media board, fabric, felt, cardstock, anything like that. But obviously, if you want it to stand up, you need it to be from something sturdy like the matte board, which works perfectly. Okay, so now moving on to Bigz dies. I've got them all stacked up behind me, so I'm just going to grab those, and there we go. Okay, so we've got our Bigz dies here. Make sure I've got the names right again. So working from these top to bottom, we've got the sunflower die. So as the name suggests, you've got that gorgeous massive sunflower, so that creates that you can layer it up as big as you want it, as many layers as you want, and then you can ink the edges as well. Perfect obviously for on top of a gift, but you could also make it as a part of a bouquet or anything like that. Really love that one, really fun. And then another floral one, we've got 3D wildflowers. So this one's by Lisa Jones. I don't know if I mentioned, but the sunflower was actually by Olivia Rose. The names keep popping up, so you will recognise them. But this one was 3D flowers by Lisa Jones. This one is really gorgeous for creating quite realistic flowers. So I've just got here some of our sculpting foam, which creates that gorgeous flower. And obviously, as the name suggests, you've got those wildflowers. They are really natural looking. You can obviously cut these from sculpting foam like I've got here, or cardstock, crepe paper, anything like that. Really gorgeous, and with it being a Bigz die, you can cut several at once, so if you're making a whole bouquet, that's really handy. Then we've got Queen Bee, I think this one's called, yeah, Queen Bee by Lisa Jones. Again, really lovely Bigz die. That shape of a bee is really on trend and popular at the moment, and I don't think it's probably never going to go out of style. So I've got this one here that my handy cameraman is showing again. So we've got that gorgeous bee shape that you can ink if you wanted to. This one is fantastic to cut out with felt, and you can even stitch onto the wings and have a lot of fun doing that as well. So I really, really like that one. I think a lot of you will love this one, particularly if you haven't dipped your toe into using Bigz dies before. I think this is a great one to start off with. Then we've got Birdhouse by Kath Breen. So this one's a little bit more 3D. So it creates this lovely little birdhouse. I'll just pop that bit back in there. There we go. And you have the what's the roof? That's the word. Roof element. And then you've got these sections here that you can pop in a little ribbon so you can actually carry it around. So it would be perfect for a little favour box, particularly spring and Easter time. I think this one would be really lovely. And then we've even popped in a little bit of a wooden dowel to create a perch for our pretend bird for our birdhouse, and we've decorated with some florals from another die set as well. So this one's really, really cute. I think it'd be perfect to decorate a table with if you are having a bit of a gathering or a party. Okay, and then we've got the last few. So we've got Shell number 3 by Jess again. This one is a really basic shape but really, really effective. So you can see all those gorgeous embossing lines. This is obviously being cut with opulent cardstock or texture roll to really show off those embossing lines. I think I do have one here. Yeah, so we've got this one here, so you can see that lovely shine on there that has been added with, I think, some luster wax potentially, or it's cut from opulent cardstock, and it creates a really nice shape on a make, again with minimal effort, which is fantastic. So the third to the end, we've got this lovely Bigz L die. So it's a little bit larger than some of the others, similar to the Eileen Hull one. This is the ice cream box by Kath Breen. So I'll just pull this one out here. And this makes this gorgeous little ice cream box, which is just so cute. We love all these little favour boxes that you can add if you are having little parties or little gatherings. I think children would love this one, and it's really fun, and you can open it. I'll just pop the lid off and you can pop in any treats or anything like that, and it'd be lovely to decorate a table with, and you can obviously personalise them with colours and adding on those sprinkles and maybe adding some sparkle as well. This one I think is one of my favourites. I love this one. This one is Rainbow by Kath Bream. And it's just a really simple rainbow, but I love the fact that it is big, so you can cut it from fabric and felt and things like that. So I've got it on a gorgeous little napkin here that is being cut from fabric and then appliqued on using our iron-on adhesive, which is just really simple but really lovely. And you can obviously cut it from all different kinds of things. We even got just a plain cardstock one here that we've made into a lovely little pop-up card, which is really cute. Obviously, rainbows, I think particularly last year and this year, are really on trend, and you can play around with your makeup of colours, so it doesn't have to be a traditional rainbow colour, and you can have a lot of fun playing around with that one. Again, I think kids would love decorating their own rainbow with this die. And last but not least, we have our last Bigz die. This one is Swan number 2 by Olivia Rose. So that lovely swan shape that you can add the wing to and the little crown. And do I have one here? Oh yes, it's flat. I apologise, it doesn't have back on. So you can see we've got that lovely swan shape, and then you can add some shine on with the crown, so you can make that from opulent cardstock or anything like that. And then we just added some florals down to the bottom, but you can use whatever florals you have if you wanted to recreate something like this. But again, really basic shape, but creates a really nice effect, I think. So I think that's everything. Yeah, that's a lot to go through. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of the new dies that are coming in Chapter 2 2021. And if you do enjoy any of those and you've got your eye on a couple of them, make sure to head on over to the Sizzix website to check those out. Obviously, over on Facebook and Instagram, me and all the other designers will be sharing lots more inspiration regarding this chapter over the coming months, so make sure to stay tuned and keep your eye out for those. But until the next one, guys, make sure to stay safe, keep crafting, and I'll see you soon.